Good Wednesday morning, rock stars. I am so excited. My phone is blowing up and my messenger's blowing up because everybody is actually kind of freaking out about you, Joel. So try to keep it together, ladies. No, but we don't have a lot of time with Joel, so we're actually just going to cut right to it. I think he's a man who needs no introduction. Obviously, Joel Freeman is the creator, co-creator with Jericho of Core DeForce, and we're here to just do kind of a little Q&A with him. I collected questions from everybody, Joel. So this is kind of just a collective picking of your brain and things that we wish that we knew about you and the program. So we're just going to get started right off the bat. It's something that I always found so interesting as a master trainer when I was working with Beachbody Live was sharing my experience and then hearing from others their experience of how they came to the fitness industry. Because I think it's just one of those weird things that unless you had a parent who worked in the fitness industry, it's generally not something that, like, when you ask all the little kids at career day, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Nobody like raises their hand and like, I want to dance around in spandex in front of a bunch of people in a group X classroom. Like, that's not typically people's first answer. So I would love to hear just kind of how you came into fitness, when you fell in love with it, and kind of how you came to the industry.
Okay, so good morning, everybody, and hi, Mindy and Amanda, and everybody. Hello, good morning. It's 9 a.m. here, and it's sunny, so hopefully it's sunny where you are. That's why I live in LA, because it's sunny. Hey, and look, you're 100% right. I know. Sorry, guys, you're shaking your heads as it's not sunny there. So sorry. I'll show you. Look. Yeah, it's pretty. That's why I live here and pay higher taxes too. So there's that. But yeah, you're 100% right. I did not ever have that thought about wearing spandex and teaching group exercise classes. That's for sure. Just wearing spandex in general never has really popped in my mind, unless it's Hollywood, like Halloween or Kinky Saturday Night. I don't know. But look, it really comes down to, there's not a lot of people, you're right, that choose this specific path unless they go into kinesiology or something, on the medical side. So for me personally, I was the exact same way. My first job in the health and fitness industry when I was 19 years old, it was a front desk job at a gym in West Texas. I was going to school at Texas Tech, and before that, I was bartending at night, managing nightclubs, because you can bartend at 18 in Texas. So guns up, I saw somebody do that, and was literally bartending, managing nightclubs at night, framing houses during the day, and occasionally going to class if I got bored. That's pretty much it. And because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no interest. I had no career path. I changed my major. I don't even know how many times. I think it was like every semester that you could. I did change my major because I just really had no idea. And that's why I think it was going back, I would have done it differently. I would have gone into the workforce before going to college, and then gone after it later. I think that's really important for people to figure out some sort of passion before you go straight into college. But completely different subject. So what really drew me and stuck me in the fitness industry, the health and fitness industry, was the positivity. Obviously, working in a nightclub is not the best for your health in any form or fashion. It was just drinking and had a cigarette in my mouth the whole time. And what I loved about the positivity of the fitness world and the health and fitness world, and even now, 34 years old, been doing this since I was 19, in some form or fashion, is the positivity and the fact that in the gym world and this world, I used to say this all the time, nobody walks into a gym to get worse. Nobody walks into a gym to, gain weight in terms of, or bad weight, you know what I mean? So that positivity is what I love. I thrive off of that. I'm a very positive person. For the people that do know me, if you look at my posts and things like that, I stay away from anything that's negative. There's enough of that in the world. And look, we just came out of an election, and that aside, I feel the same way. It doesn't matter who won the election, because I'm starting the eternal optimist party, I think, is what I'm going to start, because that's really what it comes down to, is eternal optimism and positivity. And that's what keeps us going. So that's where I go in this fitness world, and stay with it. So that's very long story short
Awesome.
on that.
Thank you. Thank you. I think two things. One, you're talking to mostly Texans here. So from other places, but a lot of Texans here. And also I love that because I think that you're also talking to a lot of group fitness instructors and personal trainers that just happen to be a lot of who's on my team. So I think that we all kind of resonate with that story a little bit. That kind of moving forward, obviously we know the company that you ended up being affiliated with. So when the opportunity to leave Les Mills and join Beachbody came about, how did you make that decision? Because honestly, again, talking to people who are in the fitness industry, it's not like Les Mills is like a nobody, so it had to have been, kind of a big decision. So what was it that kind of drew you into Beachbody and made that decision for you?
Well, so for me, it was obviously a huge decision. The same thing for Jericho. It was a very large decision. Because it was a career choice, right? And now I was teaching Les Mills classes, but I was not a Les Mills trainer like Jericho was in terms of like as my career. I was just teaching group exercise classes. My career I was the marketing director for Gold's Gym Southern California franchise, and so like as I said, I've been on the gym side of it, the business side of it, for since I was 19. Worked for the Department of Health in Washington State for 4 years, and then moved back down here from that job to take over the group exercise director position for the Los Angeles franchise of or Southern California franchise for Gold's Gym. And then up until they left for Beachbody exclusively, was their marketing director. So I had a job, I had a career. You know what? I was very happy. I was having a great time. I'm a numbers guy. I love analytics. I love marketing. I love doing all that stuff, and I love the business side of it. So, and actually, probably about 6 months ish, I stopped teaching group exercise classes because I was just ready to focus on my career, give my body a break, and get into just back into world weight training and just give the impact a break on my joints. So I had a job, I had a career, and when it came down to the decision, I had a lot of conversations with my now wife and some of my mentors that I've had over the years who I look up to in the business world, not just the fitness world, but the business world, and looked at all the options. And look, one, it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. And two, it was a chance to really go and spread our reach, Jericho's and our reach. And that's what I love about the Beachbody business model, is the fact that it goes after everybody. One of the things that I love, that I was always kind of frustrated in the fitness world, in the gym business world, was the fact that it was very geographically sectionalized, and I couldn't go after enough people. That's why, like, in everything I've done every position in the fitness world. I've been a personal trainer. And it was like, okay, it's 101. It's not enough. And then group exercise instructor, that's 1 on 30 or something like that. It's not enough. I'm not reaching enough people. And then marketing director for Gold's, group X director, marketing director for Gold's Gym. Still not enough people, because I can only get to the people that are within, a 10, 20 mile radius of the gyms. So and we're like, okay, we're not hitting enough people, and we're still having problems of obesity and lower back pain and all this stuff. So it's like, how can I reach more people, and how can we get more people moving and get the message out? And that's one of the things that I absolutely love the most about Beachbody and Carl is that passion, and what this company stands for is pushing that message and getting it out. And that is simply what I love to do, is just getting more people. Like, am I the guy that says eat healthy all the time and clean all the time? Hell no. But it's all about being real and helping people find balance. And so when the opportunity came with Beachbody, and to create a program with Jericho, who's been my friend and teammate for over 10 years now, she and I go way back, and her husband, it was my best man at my wedding. Like, we're a very close group of friends and family there. It was, that part was a no-brainer. And then we were able to create something that we think is going to get out there once it hits public and infomercial stuff, and really will show people, just to get people moving, to help them find balance. Hopefully, crossing fingers.
Yeah, well, we're on it. I wasn't actually going to go here next, but you kind of brought it up. So I'm going to hold off on asking a core de force question and actually move to this next. Who have been your greatest mentors, either personally or professionally? I think that as, sorry, there's a baby in the background, I couldn't help. But I think that as coaches is something that we're constantly seeking out is more mentors and someone new to hear from. And I think that's an intriguing side of what we do at Beachbody is the personal development side. So you mentioned some mentors, business mentors, and I would love to hear from you who are those who have been those people for you.
Yeah, it is an interesting side to Beachbody, which, it's a vital behavior and personal development. And, it's an interesting concept. I should say concept, but it's an interesting practice, and a lot of people do it. And my father he's huge into personal development himself. Writes in his journal every single day. And, I know from a young age, he was trying to get me into that as well. And, try to push, help me down, not say push, but help me down a personal development path. I think, though, like what for me has worked, and this is only for me, 100% for me, personal. My personal development has simply been when I go to bed every night, am I happy when I look back on the day? It's that simple for me. I don't feel like it needs to be any more complicated than that. Again, this is just for me. But I want to, when I go to bed at night, I look back on my day and I say, am I proud of the way I presented myself and held myself? And the fact that, look, all I have is my name, and that's my reputation, and everything attributed to my name is, if I'm happy with that, then great. If I'm not, then I'm going to wake up the next day and do whatever I need to do to keep going in the positive direction. I've made strategic choices in my life to decrease drama, to not surround myself with that type of people or anything like that. That's why, I have a massive amount of acquaintances, but a lot of, in terms of friends, and Brianne, my wife and I always laugh about that. It's we're moving this weekend to a bigger place, and we're like, hey, we can invite people over. We're like, shit, we gotta get some friends first, because we don't hang out with a lot of people because we don't want any sort of drama in our life. We live in our own little bubble, and we love that. So that's our personal development, is just saying, are we happy in our own life? The world, in a sense, world be damned, as long as we're happy, that's all that matters to us. So there you go. In terms of mentors, I definitely have some great business mentors. One that I worked with very closely in the Les Mills world. He was one of the original founders of the company, or really, I guess I shouldn't say founders, but pioneers, Stephen Renata. And he and I became really close. He used to be the CEO of Les Mills West Coast. So, and when I came in at Gold's Gym West, LA, he and I worked very closely together to bring in the programs on the West Coast. Obviously, we've got a great mentor at Beachbody, not just Carl, but their chief legal officer, Jonathan Gelfand. He's been amazing from day one. And so it really comes down, again, it's business for me. I love, like I've said, I love the business of it. So I'm always looking things from a business side. The personal side to me is fairly simple and easy, because it's just me. I'm not going to, what you get to see and what I post is exactly who I am. There's not a lot of filter there. And so it's more on the business level of looking at it. And I look at people who have been successful in business and been honest in their business as well, as opposed to, cutthroat and things like that.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And I think I just totally amen to all of that. So kind of moving back to core de force. So, you came to Beachbody, you're with Jericho, and, you sat down at the drawing board. Tell us a little bit about how that went down. What was your process, and what was your goal in creating core de force?
So look, original conversations with Carl and about this, and I can't even say this program, but just about an idea for a program actually first started 2 years ago, this month, November, 2 years ago. So, it's a long time. It was a long time of work and discussions. Jericho was pregnant at the time. So, we were looking at timetables and everything. And, there was a couple things. One, the very easy thing was the fact that we knew that there was a gap in the market. Obviously there had been a cardio kickboxing program before in the way of Les Mills Combat in the Beachbody library. We know what happened with that. With business is business. The company separated, so you lost that. Turbo's great, not dissing any cardio kickboxing program out there because I've taught most of them in my life. But we really wanted to find that middle ground, or try to find that middle ground, and the middle ground being the fact where you had, the group exercisey, dance feel, cardio kickboxing on one side, where it's very musically driven and high energy, but a lot of woohooing. And then on the other side of it, there was the really gritty, too authentic, too hardcore, where there's a couple programs out there, again, not dissing anything, but you've got Rush Fit and even a good friend of mine, Mike Carpinko with Tap Out. His was in great, phenomenal programs for what they are, of course, but still just not tapping the full potential of the market with this style of training. So we were trying to find the middle of the road. We went into concept mode. This is when Jericho still lived in Orange County. And I went down there. This was probably, she was at this point 6-7 months pregnant, maybe. Went down to Orange County, spent pretty much 2 weeks sleeping on the couch down there. And we just we had the big pieces of 3M paper up on the apartment. And that's where Core de Force was born. That's where the skeleton, the DNA came about. And, and then went into, and then, she had Bex, and we kind of kept doing prod dev. Like I would go over there, and by this point they had moved to LA so that we could be closer and work on this. And I was just hanging out at the house while she was on maternity leave, and we were doing prod dev and really coming up with it. We kept having meetings, obviously, with Carl and the fitness team at Beachbody and nutritionists and everybody. So there wasn't one facet of this program design that we were involved in, of course, because it was our program, as our concept. But it was coming down to the fact that we were trying to find, how do we bring in our love of group exercise and the energy and everything about the fact of what makes group exercise so successful and popular with the home product, and bringing in something new, something in terms of this level, as we're saying, of badassery, of where people feel empowered, and they feel just after doing 25 minutes or 6 rounds of work of exercise, where they go, hell yeah, I got this. And that's really what we were doing. We were really pushing for that. We worked really hard on it. And long story short, we tested the hell out of it. We went into the research mode. I got back into the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and was rolling around with big, hairy, sweaty guys to really get a sense of, using your body for leverage and training and everything. Jericho and I, we was in full on research mode, and we really so what we created with Core de Force is and we can say this because we did it, we brought in experts, we brought in our mentors in the MMA world. This is a truly authentic MMA styled training program. So where you train like you would as a fighter without the contact, which I don't know if you can still see, I got a little shiner from last week. So you're not going to get hit in the face like I do sometimes when I'm boxing, but you're still going to get the training. You're going to get the results, and the test groups show it. My results show it. Jericho's results, like, we got amazing. Just what this has done for our own personal fitness has been incredible. So, this is real authentic style training, and, there's no comparison with this in any other program, because it's not a cardio kickboxing program, guys. It's not to the beat. It's not to music. It's for everybody. We modify it. We put 18 months of work and science and research into this program to make sure that it was the best possible output.
Yeah, I have to agree. Our very first conversation, I looked at you and I'm like, I'm a turbo girl, get me on your team. And the next morning I did a live workout with you, and I was like, done, sold. This is it. Like, and I haven't, my team knows, like, I'm just real as shit and I'll say whatever's on my mind. I haven't loved a Beachbody home program in a really long time until now. And I am in love with Core de Force, and it's everything you just said it was. It's empowering. It's so many wonderful things. But moving on, again, you kind of brought this up, and I do have a lot of people who are in the group fitness industry on my team. Can we talk a minute just about Core de Force Live? What changes do you think that we'll see in the live version versus the home? Because there always is kind of that little bit of separation. And what are your expectations as you launch Core de Force Live this summer at Summit?
So look, we're really excited, obviously, about Core de Force becoming a live program. That's our background. That's our history. That's where Jericho and I came from. much of our original. We have so many. Look, we have enough material that we wrote for this program to keep doing extensions probably for the next couple of years, which is cool. So you don't have to wait for a Core de Force 2. You just keep seeing extensions come out, right? But it's the same thing. We wrote a lot of stuff, and some of the original design actually works very, very well for group exercise. So we pretty much had to take our because there was obviously that's our experience. So some of the stuff we had to reverse engineer for the home workout. So, taking now this amazing product and reverse engineering it and making a few tweaks to become a group exercise program, we're really feeling good about it. We have great discussions with the live department already. We're working with them. We'll be writing the home workout program. Nobody else is going to be doing it but us. We're feeling good about it. I think it's going to be awesome. I think, and it's going to be coming from the world. And look, Jericho is going to be definitely a huge figurehead on this because of her background and 10 years as a Les Mills international master trainer, is seeing what the challenges were of training new instructors and continuing to upscale current instructors and bringing that and trying to make it. How do we simplify it? How do we make it so where it's not as complicated choreography? You don't have to do, I don't want to say practice, but you're not killing yourself for hours and hours a day to memorize stuff and then you'll come into it and still making it easy and attainable to try to bring in new people into the group exercise room, right? So there's a lot of things that, that's the great thing about having Jericho and I together is Jericho has so much history and background in the training world. And then I have the history and background in the business world. So I'm looking at it from, well, why is a gym going to want to bring this in? Why is a smaller facility? What sense does this make from a business perspective? So we're looking at it from a lot of different angles. I think, when it comes out, we're getting right into planning and testing in the next couple months. And then when we go into beta, I think we're really excited. I think it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, I totally second that. I'm excited to see it as a live format because it just speaks so well to it. Just doing it at home, it seems like it'll be a really easy and fun transition to see that in the live. And of course, experiencing it with your music was absolutely fabulous. And unfortunately, I mute your voices when I do it at home and turn up, the radio because it's great.
You can only hear my bad jokes so many times, but that's the great thing is we want to give people that option to mute us because after you do it a few times, great, push play and go, and by all means turn your own music up. There's always going to be that level of, as we joke, there's going to be Core de Force home, Core de Force live, and then there'll be a Joel and Jericho workout right in the middle, and that's because you can't beat that of having. Us, and that's where we thrive. We come alive when we're on stage, obviously, and with our music that we choose that speaks to us. And so, find the music that speaks to you, that pushes you and keeps you going.
All right. So I got a lot of questions that poured in about food. People love to talk about food. So just kind of 3 specific questions because food is kind of a broad topic. Sorry for the screaming. But could you talk 3 things? 1, the performance line. What aspects of it do you recommend for Core de Force and how to use it with your program? The meal plan in general. Is like the meal plan friendly for every aspect of people using this program? Some people are looking not to lose any weight. They're just looking for definition, etc. And then the 3rd question that's popping up everywhere is why no agave and honey? So if you could kind of address those 3 specifics, we would love to hear that.
Okay, cool. So in terms of performance products, absolutely. Beachbody performance products are freebies in the eating plan, as they are in most of the Beachbody programs that have already come out. The 3 that work best for Core de Force are Energize, Recover, and Recharge. Hydrate is designed for longer duration exercises, usually over 45 minutes to an hour. There's only going to be a couple instances when on the workout calendar that you will be doing a workout longer than 45 minutes. And when you do that, there's only going to be a few times where the intensity is going to really put you into the realm of needing hydrate. So that's why it's not necessarily suggested. Can you do it? hey, you can do whatever the hell you want. But creatine, don't need it. We're not, this is not a builder program, so we're not working with creatine. But recover, recharge, absolutely, especially after, if you guys have already done dynamic strength, you know what we're going to do to your body. You know what we're going to do to your muscles. So, definitely recover and then recharge on the nights that you feel it. And in terms of the honey, yeah, look, I've seen that pop up a couple times, and I'm actually going to the office right after this call, and I'm going to see if I can track down Denis or Ani, one of the nutritionists that helped us with this, because they're the smarty pants. I love cheeseburgers and pizza. So I'll check. We're going to check with them and see what's going on with that one, because, yeah, I was surprised by how many. That's just something I never even thought of. I don't.
Christmas from coaches. It's like,
sorry?
You just took away Christmas from coaches. They're like, you couldn't have honey. You're like, what? No honey. I'm like,
you know what? Like, look, personally, it's not, I mean, again, this is just me, but personally, I just throw, like, when I do my oatmeal, I just throw half a stevia packet in there and then throw fresh berries in there, and I'm good. So, like, I don't feel like that's the end of the world if you don't have it. But we'll see what we can figure out on that one. And then, I'm sorry, the second, what was the middle question?
The middle one was kind of just about, like, people who maybe aren't looking to lose weight. Can they do the program and still see results if they aren't following the meal plan?
Well, if they're not following the meal, if they're not following the meal plan, then I'm not going to guarantee them anything at all. This program is designed, like I said, we were involved in every facet of this program, and there's the finished product that you guys get, there's no guesswork. There's no maybes. There's no, we hope this works. Like, we know this shit works, guys. We did it. We tested it. We worked with it. Like, and there's a lot of questions that come like, well, what about this? What about this? Like, you guys, it wouldn't have come out if it wasn't 100% for sure. But with that said, look, the Core de Force is not a weight loss program. It's not. It's not a designed to make the number on the scale go down. Sometimes you might not even see a whole lot of change on the scale, or in a couple of times the scale number might go up. This is a total body transformation program. As you guys have been doing this already, you've seen dynamic strength, you've seen the strength component element. This is an MMA style fitness training, total body transformation program. It works your cardio, it works your strength, it works your balance, it works your agility, it works your coordination. This is full body training. So we're not looking at the scale numbers, and I said it not too long ago on a post. I'm like, look, the scale is like a crazy X. They change their mind every single day, and that's what the scale is going to do. It's going to change its mind every single day, because I think I'm talking to all ladies here. It looks like it. Ladies, hello. You know how your body changes every single month, and you go, guys are the exact same thing. I fluctuate within 7 pounds on a scale throughout the month. You never know. Like, it depends on how much did I eat last night? Did I poop this morning? Like, come on. Like, there's so many different things that factor into the scale. It's ridiculous to depend on what a stupid number says. How do your clothes fit, and how do you look naked? Those are the two things that you should be going off of right there. And how do other people think you look naked, right? Like, ask opinions. So, let's focus on the important stuff. And the meal plan, if you follow it, is going to give your body what it needs when you're doing the workouts. And the workout calendar follows the meal plan and vice versa. So people have to follow its entirety. And that's where it really comes down to, like, you guys trust the process. Like, we put a product out for a reason, because we know it works, and it's guaranteed to work, right? Or your money back. Come on, there's a money back guarantee here. And as you guys, as coaches, when you go out and you start talking to people, let's talk about, like, these are the people that are starting at level 0, literally level 0, who are not exercising or anything like that, and they're not going to ask, like, well, where's my honey? Well, how much, like, they're not going to be asking these types of questions. All they need to know is put the damn DVD in and push play and go, and follow the meal plan. Like, that's why there's no equipment. That's why there's no containers. We wanted to make this simple, easy, effective. The containers are in the deluxe. That's great. But you know what? When you start throwing that much stuff at a newbie, just like somebody coming into the gym, and we say, hey, we have 25 group exercise classes a day, and we have 100,000 square foot of equipment, that person's going to be like, what the hell am I supposed to do with all that? They have no idea. They have to have some programming, and simple programming, to at least get them going down the right path. It's not about being on a wagon or off a wagon. Screw the wagon. There is no wagon. Get them on a path that they'll stay on, And then there's balance, right? So this is what Core to Force is for, is to help people find their balance, follow a meal plan. And as you guys, if you've started the meal plan already, you've seen it's real food. Like, hello, you guys, barbecue chicken pizza, I put that in there. The Kobe beef burgers, I put that in there. Jericho brought in some amazing stuff with her squash, her spaghetti squash. I love it when she cooks that. If she ever says I'm cooking that, I'm going over to her house, because it's real recipes. It's real food, you know, and people are learning what good food, good calories are, versus, you know, shit calories. And they're going to see how much better they feel, and the fact that it doesn't mean they have to give up their entire life and world to be healthier. Like I don't, and as I just realized, and you can see a tequila bottle sitting right up there on my fridge. It's balance, right? It's enjoying your life. And yet I am very happy and I'm very fit, and I had an amazing scotch last night. So like, come on, it's finding, you're finding your balance. That's what we're trying to do here.
Awesome. I want to be respectful of your time, Joel. I know that you have to go. I think there's one last really important question that I'm seeing. I turned my Facebook off, but I'm still seeing my Messenger pop up. And they have one last question that they're begging me to ask. And they just want to know, what is your shoe size? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That question has never been asked. That is awesome. I wear a size 12, so there you go.
With that, we're going to let Joel go because he has to get to corporate headquarters. Thank you so much for being so generous.
That is a great note to end on, and that just made the highlight of the day. So you ladies are awesome. Yeah, I do have to go. I live in LA, so you know what? I'm going to go battle some LA traffic, but that's why I have a car that I love sitting in. So, but look, my final note is one, thank you guys so much. Thank you for all that you do. You're our voice right now. You know, when you go out and you're talking to people until the infomercial comes out, you're our voice. You are the ones that are going out there and talking about this. So obviously we want to do anything we can to help you guys. That's why, you know, in social media, like, it's not anybody else, you guys, it's me. Like if you see me like something, it's me. And we're really paying attention to seeing what people do. And it really just comes back to, like, just seriously, just trust the process on this one. You know, forget everything you think you know about a cardio kickboxing program, because this is not a cardio kickboxing program. This will change. Like, the only thing you have to lose by trusting the process is inches, and the only thing you have to gain is strength and confidence. It's that simple. So thank you guys, and there you go. Go forth and do Core to Force. How about that?
Thank you so much. And thank you. Tell Jericho thank you as well on our behalf. We're so excited to complete the program, and we appreciate your time. Thanks, Joel. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye, guys.